Good evening, I'm Muhammad Yusuf and this is your news on TVS at 5. Let us begin with our top story. Now, following the success of booster dose vaccination for adults and the vaccination program for adolescents, children aged from 3 to 11 will be the next set of groups to be administered. This is in anticipation for the school reopening on January 10 as Sarawak moves into Phase 4 tomorrow. Incoming Deputy Chief Minister Datuk Dr. Sim Kui Hian confirmed the matter on Saturday during a Facebook Live session with Kuching South Mayor Datuk Wee Hong Seng. Dr. Sim added he had discussed with the Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin of plans to inoculate children below 12 in Sarawak starting next month, adding that the vaccine to be used will be Pfizer-BioNTech at lower doses than that for adults. On the Phase 4 of the National Recovery Plan, the Batukawa Assemblyman reminded the public to be vigilant and not to be complacent in light of the new Omicron variant. Now, there is no drastic increase in COVID-19 cases recorded in Sarawak after the recently concluded 12th state election last month. Nangka Assemblyman Dr. Anwar Rapai also said the infectivity rate in the state currently stood at 0.72%, the lowest in Malaysia.
Dan kita monitor keadaan di Sarawak selepas pilihan raya ini. Tetapi saya melihat daripada semasa kempen dan semasa selepas pembuangan undi, kadarnya tidak ada meningkat, malah menurun. Kita nampak kes kita tidak ada yang mendadak menaik, tapi kita perlu beri perhatian lagi dalam masa 2-3 hari ataupun 4-5 hari ini untuk melihat kesan pilihan raya negeri mengenai kadar jangkitan.
Commenting on the booster dose vaccination in Cebu, Anwar said that so far a total of 72.95% of eligible recipients have been vaccinated.
Okey, kadar booster kita di Cebu 72.95% telah mengambil booster. Sekarang ini ada Sinovac pun ada, dan saya akan activate semula selepas pilihan raya ini, iaitu mobile vaccination. Kita mahu semungkin ramai yang mendapat booster dose ini dan juga secepat mungkin. Dan tapi setakat ini 72.95% daripada yang layak sudah menerima booster dose di Cebu. Now,
in addition to fighting COVID-19, Sarawak is also battling the fight against rabies. This is in line with its aim to achieve zero rabies in humans and zero rabies in dogs by 2025. To this, the Department of Veterinary Services, TVS Sarawak, targets to vaccinate over 50,000 dogs statewide this year. According to its director, Dr. Adrian Susin Ambud, in a local paper, more aggressive anti-rabies vaccination will be rolled out to ensure that more dogs will be vaccinated this year. In contrast, a total of 12,835 dogs were vaccinated for the period of January 1 until December 21, 2021. The low number is attributed to the movement control order enforced last year. Meanwhile, the total cumulative number of rabies-infected areas in Sarawak remains at 72, with Sarian Division being the most rabies-infected area. The division was the first to be declared as a rabies-infected area since the outbreak of rabies in 2017. Thus, Dr. Susin reminded dog owners to ensure that their dog receives the anti-rabies vaccine annually. He added the anti-rabies vaccination programs by Sarawak's Veterinary Services Department will be communicated to the public through Sarawak Disaster Information and Sarawak Public Communication Unit UKA's Facebook page. Right, onto some crimes update. 4 men were arrested for driving under the influence DUI following a roadblock held in conjunction with the New Year's celebration. The arrests were made after the suspects, aged between 22 to 38 years old, failed the evidential breath analyzer EBA test. Sarawak Traffic Investigation and Enforcement Chief Superintendent Alexan Nagachabu disclosed that the suspects are now being investigated for DUI under the Road Transport Act 1987. At the same time, Alexson stated a total of 97 summons were issued for various traffic offences during the operation in Simpang Tiga, Kuching, which took place between 10 p.m. to 3:30 a.m. on December 31 to January 1. Similar operations were also held at 56 locations statewide, where 378 summons were issued, while 1,713 vehicles and 2,134 individuals were checked. Meanwhile, 2 underage motorcyclists were apprehended in Miri for performing the wheelie stunt at Jalan G4. Both are being investigated under Section 42 of the Road Transport Act 1987. 2 male suspects were arrested after tested positive for drugs at Jalan Bau Serikin. Both suspects, aged 19 and 28 years old, confessed to the police for abusing drugs and were taken to the district police headquarters. The arrest was made in conjunction with the New Year celebration patrols and SOPs monitoring held nationwide. Bau District Police Chief Deputy Superintendent Poge Nyaon said both suspects resides in Kampung Sebiris, Lundu. He added no drugs were found on both suspects and one of them has a past criminal record. Poge stated that the 2 youths will be investigated under Section 15 in bracket 1 in bracket A of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952.
Bersama saya, Shani di rancangan Tony Lapar, eksklusif di TVS, saluran 122, Astro dan MyTV.
Sebab begitu penyawasan, ada sesuatu yang sekenal.
Pasukan Tidak Balas Kecemasan Pertahanan Awam SARAWAK Keluarga Malaysia ditubuhkan pada 16 Mac 2006. Ia berfungsi sebagai pasukan tidak balas awal di kalangan komuniti untuk sebarang kejadian kecemasan dan bencana sebelum pasukan penyelamat utama tiba. Sasaran Angkatan Pertahanan Awam Malaysia APM ialah menubuhkan SARAWAK Keluarga Malaysia di setiap 222 parlimen pada tahun 2022. Sasaran awal 100 hari pertama telah tercapai dengan penubuhan 44 pasukan. Peka dengan bencana yang mungkin berlaku di tempat anda. Sediakan beg ready to go anda yang mengandungi whistle, lampu suluh, kit perubatan kecemasan, power bank, kit kebersihan, tuala, air minuman, makanan tin, dokumen penting dan wang tunai. Jom sertai SARAWAK Keluarga Malaysia di tempat anda. Keluarga Malaysia siap siaga bencana.
Welcome back. Now on to some global updates. By the end of 2021, TikTok has surpassed Google as the most popular website on the internet. According to an analysis made by a storage software company known as Cloudflare, more than 1 billion users signed on to scroll TikTok monthly, and many of them consisting of children and teenagers. Google fell to second place, followed by Facebook, Microsoft and Apple in third, fourth, and fifth most visited websites, respectively. TikTok first rose to the top on February 17 of last year, and then a few days in March, followed by a few more days in May. It was after August 10 that TikTok took the lead in 2021. Aside from being the most visited website, TikTok was also named the top most visited social media. It has such a massive audience that it quickly became integral in advancing the careers of many entertainers such as Lil Nas X, Giveon, and Doja Cat, to name a few. But TikTok has also had its fair share of controversy. Many had become victims to popular challenges posted on the platform, which caused severe injuries and even deaths, and TikTok rarely addressed these serious issues. Following the wildfire that occurred earlier this week in Colorado, USA, volunteers have gathered at the site to search for missing pets after many residents fled the area. A spreadsheet was posted online and showed 67 pets missing from the fires.
I'm a dog lover, so decided to put this on Facebook on the, the Boulder Fire Lost and Found Pets, and I don't know, kind of exploded. I actually initially asked if I could help somehow, and then someone suggested we organize an event. So that's how this thing kind of snowballed into what it was today. We did not find any. My counterpart here did find some dogs yesterday and some horses, but we're going to keep trying.
About 20 people showed up to look for pets, bringing treats to feed in case any was found. The search was conducted amidst freezing temperatures, which, to much relief, have helped firefighters trying to put out the remainder of the fire. Another volunteer, Natalie Kidd, who is a former emergency veterinarian technician, drove all the way from Lyons to lend a helping hand in the search and rescue mission.
Background, I used to be an emergency and critical vet tech. So I took care of a lot of really painful situations and situations that require, timely care. So I saw that my animals were okay, and I thought, well, I owe it to them to go try to help somebody else, help another animal. Right. Yeah, I looked around the elementary school, checked all the drain pipes, called into all of them, checked under all of the playground equipment to see if I could see anything. No real traces, and unfortunately, since the snow started falling after it started, it's hard to find tracks to look for.
The recent Colorado fire was driven by wind gusts of 105 miles per hour, which caused flames to spread over highways and neighborhoods, which created a mosaic burn pattern that saw untouched homes standing next to those burned down to ashes. Wrapping up the news at 5. As the year turns to a new page, New York's new mayor, Eric Adams, have made a promise to get stuff done, or as he calls it, GSD, for his first 100 days in office. He made the statement several hours after being sworn in.
We remember our strength, we face our fears, and we start anew, confident that crisis will not define us. The last 2 years have trapped our spirit and is begging to be let out. We have been stifled, we have been asleep, but we are a city of 9 million dreams, and we're about to wake up. I cannot wait to greet this new day with you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, New Yorkers.
Adams was sworn in as the 110th mayor of New York City on Saturday, January 1, shortly after the city celebrated New Year's with the iconic Times Square ball drop, and promised to not let the city controlled by crisis as it continues to navigate around the pandemic, crime, and unemployment issues.
But there's one thing everyone knows about New Yorkers. We don't like anyone telling us what to do. Yet, unemployment remains high, crime is high, COVID cases are high again. So how do we get our city back? My fellow New Yorkers, the answer is simple. We will get our city back by making a commitment to each other right here, right now, beginning today. This will be our New Year's resolution. We will not be controlled by crisis. Instead, we'll make this city better every day through actions big and small. Getting vaccinated is not letting the crisis control you. Enjoying a Broadway show, sending your kids to school, going back to the office, these are declarations of confidence that our city is our own.
Democrat Adams is now the city's second black mayor after defeating Republican Curtis Sliwa during the mayoral race on November 2 last year. He promised to boost public safety and will be the voice to working-class residents, drawing on his experience as a police captain and as a black man who experienced police brutality as a youth.
And now is the time to be radically practical, because a better city is not just about doing something new. It's about doing something right. It's not about showmanship. It's about showing up. That is why the theme of my first 100 days is GSD, get stuff done. And I have assembled a government that will solve New York's problems because it understands.
And that's all the time we have for TVS News at 5. Join Douglas Elliott tonight for TVS Nightline at 11:30 p.m. Once again, I'm Muhammad Yusuf. Take care and have a good day ahead.